mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before I thinking I can feel like this, make me feel like this.
Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Please hit that thumbs up button as you're rolling in. Let's do it.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. 'Cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's go for now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it.
Hands out. Oh, that's good.
I know I'm not easy, I drag you out your mind. And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it. Slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Today is July 27th, 2024, 3:53 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Good to see you all in chat, my sweet pearls. Love you guys so very much. Today is a sad day for a lot of people, particularly the Vaughan family, Brandy, Tyler, and all of the Vaughns. Michael Joseph Vaughan, affectionately known as Monkey, has been missing 3 years today. 3 years ago, on June 15th, 2021, Summer Wells went missing. And then just a few weeks later, Michael Joseph Vaughan went missing. Neither one of them have been found to this day. Now, we do have more answers in Michael Vaughan's case as far as who is suspects, but we still don't have justice. And more importantly, well, I don't know more importantly, but equally, we don't have Michael Vaughan either. Brandy and Tyler are some of the sweetest, strong, kind, decent people you could ever meet. I am very honored to call them friend. Now, there has been an update on what Michael Joseph Vaughan may look like if he is out there today. Um, this just came out literally moments ago, less than 30 minutes ago, I would say. Um, a photo of, again, what I apologize, guys. I have my mouse went out and I'm using this mouse that one of my sons and it's got so many buttons on it. It's got like buttons on the sides. It's like a gamer mouse. And I hit like so many buttons all the time. All right, let me show you what a photo of that just came out moments ago of what Michael may look like today. Guys, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Oops, I still put it under the wrong one. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. All right. Here is what the missing and exploited children put out just a little bit ago. And anytime I see one of these photos, the age progressions, it makes you emotional. Can't imagine how his family feels. Can't imagine. Handsome little Michael Joseph Vaughan. Very, very sad. We're gonna talk about it now. I know that I've got a new subscribers since we started since I first started covering this case, and I've had people who once kind of what's been going on in this case, right? So this is an updated picture of what Michael may look like, but his name is Michael Joseph Vaughan. He's also known as Monkey. Was his nickname. He is 5 years old when he went missing on July 27th, 2021 from his neighborhood in Fruitland, Idaho. Michael Joseph Vaughan was 3'7" and around 50 pounds when he went missing, blonde hair and blue eyes. Michael was last seen near his Fruitland, Idaho home. He reportedly walked out of his house and was seen in the neighborhood. He was wanting to find some friends to play with, playing with the neighbors. It's summertime. Um, Dad was inside, changing a diaper and ordering dinner that evening, and mom was at work. Despite extensive searches and investigation, um, Michael has not been found. Now, there has been 4 named suspects in this case. One is Stacy Wandra. One is Sarah Wandra. Then we have Brandon Shirtliff and Adrian Lucien. Sarah and Stacy lived right down the street from them, basically more or less in the same neighborhood. I want to show you some different things on News Nation that has been played. I'm not really here to talk much about the suspects. We will talk a little bit about them, but today's more of a day for Michael. Miss Fletcher, thank you so much for 4 months. Thank you, thank you. Much love to you. Thank you, my dear. Really appreciate it. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oops, let me turn
In
the
Idaho, the lows this afternoon dip below 30, making for the kind of flakes that signal Christmas.
We built a fort and a.
This is Brandy. This is sweet, sweet Brandy, and this is the Michael's mother, and this is one of her other children that she has. So yeah.
Wide, and he should be here. So it's been a very, very hard day. I'm sorry. It's
Brandy Neal and her bundled 2-year-old daughter, Aria, meet us outside their home in Fruitland, a rural farmland city, population 5,000, an hour outside Boise. Describe the neighborhood and Fruitland, what kind of street and community this is.
they're all quiet and friendly. It's a safe place.
But on the evening of July 27th, this quiet corner of the world turned frantic when Brandy's 5-year-old son, Michael Vaughan, walked out of the house and down the street.
He would have come out of the garage. The front door is pretty hard to get out of, and you can hear that opening.
She says her son was looking for older neighborhood kids to play with.
He went to a neighbor's house. He went to another neighbor's house and another neighbor's house.
Typical, she says, for a summer night here, but with Brandy at work and her husband inside checking on the toddler and ordering dinner, neither parent knew Michael took off. They're now approaching month 5 with no answers.
I don't even think hell is the right word.
Stay back on the stove.
It doesn't feel hot.
She describes her son as pure excitement and joy, seen here in a home video learning to bake.
Stay back, stay back.
Real homemade cookies.
We made real homemade cookies.
A holiday activity the two should be doing now. And here, watching fireworks from the driveway.
I do not want to get hit by any of those.
He goes by Monkey, a nickname Brandy says he earned for his nonstop energy and being all boy.
From the moment he wakes up, and even in his sleep, he's kicking and running around. He loves cars. He loves race cars.
Never did Brandy imagine Monkey would be the center of a worldwide missing persons search.
And due to the fact that we've conducted multiple searches using every tool available to us with no success, it increases the possibility that Michael was abducted.
Law enforcement has combed through more than 3,000 acres of surrounding land. No clues. Just to the west of the family home lie the Snake River and Interstate 84. Could a predator passing through have picked the boy up and hit the road?
Please, please, please help me. Please help me bring my baby home.
Officials have been flooded with more than 500 tips from around the globe. 2 leads they still need the public's help with: identifying the driver of this white Honda Pilot and a man with dark hair seen walking toward lower drainage behind the neighborhood around the time Michael went missing.
I have a feeling that someone may have been watching us, and that's my feeling. That's my mama's heart feeling.
Brandy firmly denies Michael's disappearance was at the hands of someone the family knows. And with the changing of the seasons comes new concern for his warmth and well-being. And now
this was only 5 months in this interview. We're now 3 years in, so we've learned a lot since this.
It is snowing and it's cold. I mean, that
We'll
must
talk about
mix
it here in
in
just a
a new
second.
level of concern for you as his mom.
Every day when the leaves started to change, I lost my mind. I can't.
Sadly, the grieving mother can't put life on hold while she waits for her little boy to come home. She continues going to work and raising 3 other kids who need her time and attention. And she sleeps on the living room couch, just in case one night there comes a little knock or voice at the front door.
But I still want to look at some stars.
It's a hard question, but do you believe that Michael is alive still? Do you have a feeling that he's not?
I know in my heart he's alive. I know he is. And I know he's coming home. He will come home.
Now, Fruitland police have denied all of our requests this week for an on-camera interview, but the chief did email me saying that both parents complied with every investigative request that was asked of them, and he said this case is far from going cold. They're working on legitimate leads right now, and Marnie, the award for Michael's safe return home is now north of $50,000.
Marky, thank you. And if you at home have information about Michael's disappearance, again, he goes by Monkey because he is a rambunctious.
Okay, so since that, they have named 4 suspects, and again, I named them earlier. They are Stacy Wandra, Sarah Wandra, and Brandon Shirtliff and Adrian Lucien. They were down the street. Michael is in a very, very small handful of people that actually goes missing by a non-familiar child abduction. Most time when there is a child abduction, well over 98% of the time, it is a familiar abduction, meaning someone knows who the child would be. Like mostly it's generally a mom or a dad, a guardian. However, Michael was taken by Stacy and Sarah Wandra and Brandon Shirtliff on the evening of July 27th, 2021. So they took him, what is believed to be at Michael or Brandon's mother's home, and I don't know what they did. I have no idea. Only they know. Okay. There has been great things that has happened since Monkey's case. Oh, that wasn't the one I was wanting to show you right now. Bear with me as I'm telling you, Fruitland, Idaho has been the best, just wonderful, wonderful things that community has embraced. Brandy, Tyler, and the Vaughan family, Fruitland Police Department is phenomenal. And the community just, Michael's photo is everywhere still to this day. Little Devil, thank you so very much for becoming a member. Really do appreciate you, my friend. Welcome to the Pearl family. Thank you for your support. All right. So here is 18 wheelers that has been going across the country with Michael's face, the phone number, all across an 18 wheeler. They have been nonstop. I want to show you some photos or some videos of Brandy. Let me find it here. Show you some little things of Michael. Let me show you this real quick though first. This is Dan Abrams.
Democrats coalescing around Vice President Harris. All right. In an alternate universe, like
Hold on.
candidate,
Whoops.
maybe they'd also support eliminating.
1 second.
It's one of the silliest arguments of.
Okay, that's not what we're looking for. Maybe it went. Okay, where'd you? Oh, I'm definitely not getting into politics here. That's for sure. Okay.
I'm going to ask for your help to find a missing child. This week, we focus on 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan from Fruitland, Idaho. Michael was last seen near his home on the night of July 27th around 6:30 p.m. Neighbors reported seeing him playing outside by himself. The Idaho State Police and the FBI are among the more than a dozen law enforcement agencies involved in this investigation. Authorities telling the public the case is still very active and open. And they want you, all of you, to know that no piece of information is too small to share. Michael's family has offered $26,000 as a reward for Michael's safe return. Joining me now is Angeline Hartman. She's the media director for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Angeline, thanks so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. I understand that you have some new information today about this case.
Yeah, the first thing, Dan, is that reward has now been increased to $40,000. And investigators say they've tightened the window of what they're looking for when he disappeared. It's about 6:20 to 7 o'clock. 3 key pieces that they're looking for at this time, because Dan, as you know, they've been looking at surveillance video, for weeks and weeks now. It's been more than 2 months since he disappeared. And so they've gone over this, and 3 things they released just today. 1, there is a white Honda Pilot. They believe it's the years either 2016.
All right. Now that white Honda Pilot ended up having to be nothing to do with the case. Just an FYI.
Between 2016 to 2020, that Honda Pilot was seen in this area. And we're talking about a 4-block radius where this Honda Pilot was captured. And so they think that is significant to this investigation. Number 2, there was a possible jogger seen running in this area. He was wearing shorts and he was going down Southwest 8th Street. And number 3, there was somebody walking near what they call the splash pad, this fountain-like area where kids play. And this person is a male wearing a white T-shirt and black shorts. And so investigators are really honing in now on these 3 pieces of information, all gotten from the surveillance video from residences and businesses in that area. So this is a big
And
turn in this investigation.
And one of the things about this case, as opposed to some other cases that you and I have talked about over the years, is that this happened recently. I mean, when you're talking about cases that happened a year, 2 years ago, it gets more difficult and more difficult. Here
Sure.
we're talking about something that just happened on July 27th.
Right, right. And so, I asked the police chief earlier today, like, what does your gut tell you? What are you thinking at this point? And he didn't want to classify this with any kind of label or title, but he just basically said, Dan, we are hopeful, but we are not where we need to be. And he really emphasized that there are still people out there with information. And he says during this investigation that they've discovered that people are coming forward with new versions or new stories or new things during this time frame. And he's thinking to himself, you didn't tell us this 2 months ago, and it just has evolved. And so he really wants the information to get out there, the message to get out there, that there are people that have to come forward, even if if nobody has contacted you from law enforcement, you should come forward if you were in that area that day, or if you know something.
Yes, Stacy and Sarah remain in jail. They are under they're in jail for unrelated. However, the police has sent this on the prosecutor's desk. Thank you, Purple. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you every single week, every single Monday, doing Monkey Mondays. Really do appreciate it. We are just waiting for this prosecutor to get on it. Now, there is only one shot, right? One shot. Here is Brandy's entire world. These are Brandy's, kids, and they need to know where their brother is as well. He needs to be home. He needs to be home. He needs to be brought back to his family, for sure. Now, Stacy Wandra and Sarah Wandra lived again down the street. Stacy was in jail in unrelated charges before police had named them a suspect, and the police found out. They got I believe they had a new video that they had seen, and they went to Stacy while he was in jail, and they started asking him, what's up, pretty much. And sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm not good at it. And anyway, Stacy broke down and said that he admitted to what he did to Michael. And then police shows up at Stacy's house, even though he's in jail. His wife isn't at the time. Police knock on the door with a search warrant, and Sarah says she's this very religious person, and she says, oh God, like something to the effect of, the Lord just told me that my husband buried Michael in our backyard. Well, Stacy had already told police that Michael was in the backyard. So they went in the backyard and they dug up a spot in the backyard. Michael wasn't there. They ended up digging the entire backyard up. They didn't find Michael. However, they found where they believe Michael was once in the backyard. They had several search cadaver dogs hit. They brought special dogs from around the country. And all of them hit on Michael's disappearance, or what they believed Michael's remains was in the back. So fast forward 6 months, 7 months. I don't even know how long it's been now. Stacy Wandra. Hold on. Let me just show you here. Let me show you a picture of Stacy. Here we go. Stacy Wandra gets out of jail. He says that he's wants to clear his name. Like, he wants to clear his name. And whenever he comes on a lot of our channels, and he doesn't clear his name whatsoever, like, at all. He just kind of digs his self further into the ground, so to speak. But he tries to exploit himself. He sent me an invoice after he did a live with me. Like, he literally sent me an invoice. I told him to go himself on a Tuesday in the rain backwards, is what I told him. The only thing, I was speaking to him one day prior, and I talked to him for hours, and I did get him some food. I ordered him some because he was at a homeless shelter and he missed his meal. And if you know who Stacy is, God forbid he misses a meal.
Involved in Michael Vaughan's disappearance was released from federal custody last Thursday. Less than 2 weeks ago, Stacy Wandra was sentenced to 20.
This is Sarah Wandra. I believe Sarah is the reason overall why Michael Joseph Vaughan is missing. I believe Sarah is what started this entire thing. Sarah is very impulsive, and whatever she does, she goes to an extreme, whether it's religion, these businesses or these business ideas that they would get, or wanting a child. And Sarah wanted a child. And below her is her husband, Stacy. That is the one where we interviewed, and several people did interview Stacy. Stacy is a human version of a pig with syphilis. That is exactly who he is. And I mean every single word, syllable when I say that about Stacy. He is nasty. Just nasty. Sarah is married to Stacy. However, they had a taxi business, and very similar to Don and Candace Wells, they would bring random homeless people down on their luck in their home. It's like I don't know. I think, I'll be honest with you, I think people like Sarah and Stacy, Don and Candace, all of them, I think they always have to have a victim of something. They always got to have a project, right? Bringing someone in their house, right? But it's got to benefit them in some way. Sarah was messing around with the two other guys that have been named in this case, which is Brandon Shirtliff and Adrian Lucien. That's right, Pale Rider.
1 month after pleading guilty to unlawful possession of a firearm. Important to note, this charge was unrelated to Vaughn's disappearance. As we previously reported,
makes me
Wanderer
sick.
had already served 17.
He makes me want to throw up.
Months and was expected to serve another 4 in the Ada County Jail under the U.S. Marshal Service custody. But today, I learned the Bureau of Prisons directed the Marshal Service to release Wanderer because he finished his sentence. The Marshal Service told me Wanderer served 21 months, constituting credit for time served.
This is outside the Wanderer's home. As you see this home here, this is outside the Wanderer's home. There was a fence around it. There was trees there. There was a building. This wasn't the Wanderer's. It was actually Sarah's mother's home that they were staying at, that they lived at. This was kind of another home that they owned, so they let the Wanderers live there,
as well as nearly 2 years of good time credit. He's now on supervised release. And this week marks 1 year since Fruitland police dug in the Wanderers' backyard, searching for little Michael Vaughn's remains. Michael went missing from his Fruitland neighborhood near the Wanderers' home in July of 2021. Fruitland police submitted a case to the Payette County prosecutor this summer that they say involves Stacy and his wife, Sarah, as well as 2 other people.
If you want to change the world, they said, you'll have to do big things. But change can happen even when you focus on the little things.
Sorry about that. So there we have it. So what happened that day is Michael was looking for his friends, his neighborhood friends. You think in anywhere, you know, in, you know, as a kid growing up in Idaho, you would be safe, right? You would be very safe. But that wasn't the case whenever you had Stacy, Sarah, Brandon, and Adrian living down the street. They saw Michael. They pretended to, or maybe they didn't pretend. Maybe there was a power steering leak. And then they saw Michael looking for friends that day. And they picked him up. They drove about an hour to Brandon's mom's house where she is not at home. They're not supposed to, Brandon and them are not supposed to be at his mom's home when they drove there. And they did something with Michael. Yes, they said Brandon took a duffel bag to his mom's house to do laundry. Well, Sarah had a laundry business. Why would you drive an hour to do laundry whenever you're not even supposed to be in the home? And they say they're going to tow a car. The timeline, again, doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. The story doesn't make sense. When these suspects give you a story that doesn't make sense, there's a reason, right? Here's little Michael Vaughan.
No surfing. Uh-huh. And you fall. Okay.
Light shine all across the country and show him the way back to family.
You go slide.
Surfing.
Oh, no, no surfing.
And then I like went back on my feet. We're trying to do the surfing.
No surfing.
And this next one just warms my heart. I just love this one of Michael. He's so excited here.
Stay back, stay back.
Real homemade cookies. We made real homemade
cookies.
Can you touch them?
Don't touch with the other hand.
Aww. So I could grab one.
No, with that. You gotta let it rest.
Aww, I gotta let the cookies rest.
Yeah, because it's hot.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
All right. So things has never been the same, obviously, for Brandy and Tyler since Michael went missing. I'm going to show you a press conference that when they named the suspects. And Brandon, particularly, I know you watch me. You watch everything, everything. And I want you to know we have never and will never forget Michael Vaughan. And you need to go talk to the Fruitland police. You know exactly what happened to Michael Joseph Vaughan. You know where he is, and his family has been hurting, pain that is unimaginable for the last 3 years. You have been a coward, hiding under your mom's tit for 3 years, running.
Thanks for watching Idaho News 6. I'm Don Nelson. We're interrupting regular programming to bring you the very latest in an ongoing event this month. Just live from Fruit.
And they completely excavated the backyard of a home beginning earlier this month. That arrest was made on the 11th. Those digging efforts began on the 12th, and we know they were on scene there for more than a week. We did drive by that area on our way here to Fruitland City Hall today, and it is completely back to normal there. No more police tape, no more crews on scene. The fence is back in place, and it really looks like their efforts there so far, Don, are done.
Karen, is there any connection between the Vaughan family and the home where police had been searching?
No.
Sorry, I was muted. Sorry. Guys, I want you to think about this. And Brandon, listen up, you too. I want you to, this is actual footage of them excavating the backyard of Stacy and Sarah Wanderer's home. Brandy and the Vaughan family were just down the road. Imagine hearing the equipment of them looking for a 5-year-old boy, being a mother, walking out of your home and hearing the equipment, dump trucks backing up, heavy machinery, and you couldn't even walk down there. Nothing you could do. That is hell. That is hell on earth. Absolute hell. Janice, thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you, my dear. If you received that pearl necklace, please thank our beloved Janice. Thank you for your support, Janice. I really do appreciate it. I cannot tell you guys the hell and the grief that this family has went through. I can't begin to tell you. This, I have talked to Brandy in the early morning hours, late at night. She still sleeps on the sofa because it's close to the front door. She still puts up signs. The neighborhood, the community hasn't quit, hasn't given up, and won't until Michael is brought back to the Vaughan family and justice is served.
No, we've heard this more than once from the family representatives and from the police department that there is no connection between the Vaughan family and the home where this search took place. We know the woman who lives in that home, Sarah Wandra, was taken into custody that Friday night and charged with failing to report a death, specifically naming Michael Vaughan in those reports. Now, there is no connection that we've been told of. Police say there's no connection. They don't.
This is Sarah Wandra. This is the demon. The demon, in my opinion, who concocted all of this up. She wanted a baby. She wanted a child. And everyone wanted to keep her happy in that house. Thank you, make me laugh. This is the demon.
Now, there is no connection that we've been told of. Police say there's no connection. They don't know each other, but it is extremely close to the family's home, walking distance in a residential area, only a half a mile from where Michael Vaughan was last seen at his home that evening of July 27th. Don?
Karen, when they announced this press conference that hopefully will happen here momentarily, we were talking about the family. Do we know if Michael's family is there today or if they've been informed about?
I'm pretty sure that we know where Brandon is. So if I know where Brandon is, I know the police knows where Brandon is. And I believe, I haven't checked on Adrian in a minute, but I'm pretty sure he's probably still in the same place that he was. I'm pretty sure of that. Yes, Stephanie, they need closure. It's time for the prosecution to get with it. Let's go. Listen, and I believe, Brandy and Tyler, if it's, I believe they need to go for the death penalty. I believe all of them need to be executed to death. I absolutely believe. Or they speak where Michael is and they can get life. But nothing else. Nothing else. What you're about to see here is Police Chief J.D. Huff. And you're also going to see Chris McDonough, our friend Chris from the interview room, who is mostly retired from the daily, police work. But however, he works for the Cold Case Foundation and still assists with cases around the country, and does a lot of other incredible public service. And let me tell you something. Chris was instrumental in this case and so indebted to Fruitland and Chris and all of them. They are amazing. Absolutely amazing.
About what police will share.
They will not be here today, but I'm going to step out of the way as they start filing in, and we'll listen in live.
Now watch this.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to start out by saying thank you to our media partners. Thanks for being here. And thank you for the continued coverage of the Michael Vaughan case. I also wanted to begin by just giving my sincere thanks to all the law enforcement agencies, local businesses, and members of the public who helped us over the course of the last year and a half of this intense investigation. More recently, during the last 3 weeks, we could not have completed the work necessary without the selfless help of others. The community support has been absolutely incredible. As you know, from the time Michael went missing, this has been an all hands on deck investigation, and it remains very active and an ongoing investigation. You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and ever expect us to stop. During the course of this investigation,
I will remember that every time I play this. I stop it right there because I think that is one of the most powerful things said. You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and expect us to stop. Listen to that again.
and an ongoing investigation. You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and ever expect us to stop. During the course of this investigation to date, we received credible information that the remains of Michael Vaughan could be found in the backyard at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland. As a result, the Fruitland Police Department obtained a search warrant for the residence along with the front and backyards. That search warrant was served on November 11th. It was a Friday. We served that late in the evening. Upon entry, officers encountered Sarah Wandra, one of the known occupants of the home, and Sarah was subsequently arrested based on probable cause that she had knowledge of Michael's death and failed to report that death to law enforcement. The following day, the Fruitland Police Department, joined by the Idaho State Police, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, the Fruitland Fire Department, and the Fruitland Public Works Department, began a very methodical excavation of the backyard of the Wandra's home. During that excavation process, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, Mountain States detection dogs deployed multiple certified human remains detection dogs on the property, all of them alerting to the presence of human remains.
All of them.
Ground penetrating radar was also used and deployed, detecting anomalies in the backyard. We completed the excavation of the entire backyard and removed over 250 yards of dirt. Prior to backfilling the yard, the dirt was meticulously sifted for any potential human remains. We did not find Michael's remains. Although the remains of Michael Vaughan were not recovered, we strongly believe, based on evidence, that Michael was abducted and is deceased, and that his remains were buried and later moved from the property. As of today, the whereabouts of his remains are unknown. However, the investigation is active, fluid, and ongoing. Once the excavation was complete, we conducted a thorough search of the Wandra's residence. The search was productive, and additional investigative evidence was recovered and is currently being processed. Evidence suggests that there are the following individuals who are currently in custody are involved in the abduction of Michael Vaughan.
Here we go.
This is Sarah Wandra, 35 years old. Sarah lives at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Sarah has firsthand knowledge and is involved in Michael's abduction. Sarah Wandra is currently being held at the Payette County Jail for failing to report a death to law enforcement. This is Sarah's husband, Stacy Wandra, 30 years old, a male. Stacy was also living at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Stacy has firsthand knowledge and is involved in the abduction of Michael Vaughan. Stacy's currently being held in the Washington County Jail on unrelated charges. Now, the next individuals I'm going to introduce you to, let's go at the bottom there. This is Brandon Shirtliff, 30 years old, of Kuna, Idaho. Brandon was living with Sarah and Stacy Wandra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance. And we believe Brandon has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction. Brandon is currently believed to be in North Dakota.
He's not now.
Adrian Lucian, 32-year-old male out of Toledo, Ohio. Adrian was staying with Sarah and Stacy Wandra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance. And we believe that Adrian has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction. Adrian's currently believed to be in Toledo, but floats between Ohio and California. I strongly encourage Shirtliff and Lucien to contact the Fruitland Police Department detectives as the window of time for talking and cooperation is coming to a close. This remains an active and ongoing investigation, with conversations taking place with the Payette County Prosecutor's Office about Michael's case and those individuals involved. We also believe that there are others associated with the Wandras, Shirtliff, and Lucien, who may have knowledge of Michael's abduction, and I would strongly encourage them to come forward and speak with my detectives. When we finally reach the conclusion of this investigation, and I can assure you that we will, all of those who have knowledge of Michael's disappearance and have failed to report or hindered our investigation will be pursued. There's a moment in time to do the right thing and bring your information forward.
The day that these four are in that courthouse, I cannot wait to go to Idaho and look those son of a bitches in the eye, because they have ran, especially Adrian and Brandon,
and cooperate. And that moment in time is now. To date, the Fruitland Police Department has received over 1,500 tips and leads, and we received many new leads since this phase of the investigation has began. We continue to ask our community for support and patience as we continue to aggressively work this case. We also ask that the Vaughan family's privacy continue to be respected, and we'll continue to post updates as information can be shared. Tips can be sent to findmichael@fruitland.org.
No, these two right here, these two, they're in jail. The other on unrelated charges, though. But Brandon and Adrian, they haven't been speaking to the police recently, especially Adrian.
Or to Crime Stoppers at 343cops.com, or the Fruitland Police Department at 208-452-3110. Tipsters can remain anonymous. So before I open it up for questions, I just want to make it clear that this is a very active and ongoing investigation. It's super important that we maintain the integrity of this investigation. So I'd ask you that you'd please tailor your questions accordingly. With that, I'll stand for a few questions. Alex?
So if Michael's remains are not found, will Sarah have to be released, or do you think that she will remain in jail once you locate the other people that you think are involved?
It is my belief that she will remain in custody. But again, we're in talks with the Fayette County prosecutor, and those talks are ongoing.
This is the thing. If you see Stacy Wandra here on the bottom left hand of the screen, I think Stacy thought he was going to get a deal telling them where Michael was. However, Stacy had been in jail a little bit. Sarah wasn't in jail. Brandon wasn't, and Adrian wasn't in jail. I believe Sarah, Brandon, Adrian know where Michael. What it may be Adrian. Adrian may not know, but he knows he assisted with what happened to Michael after the fact. I believe that Sarah and Brandon moved Michael while Stacy was in jail. I don't believe Stacy Wandra knows where he may not know where Michael is now. Michael was definitely moved. Definitely moved. I don't know. They took a trip to Texas before ICU did. I can't remember. Did Stacy go? Stacy went on that trip to Texas, right? Now get this. Get this. On their way to Texas, there was, they said, some sort of construction or a wreck or something, and they got off another way and took a back way. And they got stuck up. They got stuck somewhere. I don't know if it was in Texas or on their way to Texas. I can't remember. I have to go back and look at that. And they had to call a tow truck. Had to call a tow truck. Boy, that's interesting, isn't it? It almost reminds me of the young guy who unalived a homeless man. He lived with his parents, and he was taking the remains down to the river. This young guy was. And he backed his car up too far, and the car goes in the river. Then he calls a tow truck, or his parents come there, and then they call a tow truck. But there is, someone's remains, parts of their remains in the back of the car that they're towing out. I wonder if they got stuck up and Michael is somewhere around there. I think that's something I'm sure, I hope law enforcement has. Yeah, it was his mother's vehicle. Yeah. Wherever Michael is, I assure you, at least two of these people know. At least two of these people know. Surely some tow truck driver would recognize these four characters in this month. I don't know. I don't know. You know, a lot of people don't watch true crime. They don't. So, yep, that's right, Robin. That's right. What does Sarah's parents say? Sarah, her adopted parents. They completely support Sarah. They defend her. Of course, we have heard from one of Sarah's ex-husbands. He was on Josh's channel. You guys have heard from Stacy. He was on my channel. And Sarah's mom defends her completely. Brandon's mom, sister, defend him. Not their little Brandon babies. Not their little Brandon. He would never do something like that. And I understand. You know, not thinking your son or your brother could do something like that. But also, Brandon's mother, while you were gone that night, that little while you were gone, actually, those days you were gone, they had Michael at your house. Remember, cadaver dogs hit there too, didn't they? It's very obvious. It's very obvious in these type of cases when stuff doesn't make sense. Things that are true normally makes sense. You don't go wash your clothes an hour away whenever the home that you're staying at has a laundry service and you're not supposed to be in your mom's home. So then you tow the car that you didn't need to tow either. Your times are off, way off. And guess what? The next morning you were back at mommy's house with them, weren't you, Brandon? Sure was. I can't imagine. I bet you Fruitland has so much stuff. So much stuff that we don't even know about. And I'm looking forward to the day. And God, I pray it's soon. For Brandy and Tyler and the Vaughan and the community sake. That these four are put away behind bars. I believe there needs to be a death sentence for all four. Michael, and again, like I said in Summer's case, Michael was 5 years old when he went missing. He has been missing 3 years today. 3 years today. The time that Michael spent on Earth, 5 years. Well, it's been 3 years. The same amount of time, 3 years, is over. Obviously, it's over half of 5. Right? He's been missing over half the time that he was on Earth. Five years. Mom has went through hell. Dad has went through hell. Community, law enforcement have went through hell. A lot of people blamed Brandy and Tyler. I knew Brandy was at work. Number one. Number two, Tyler was taking care of a baby, changing the child's diaper and ordering pizza. You don't harm someone, with an infant and you're ordering pizza. I knew it wasn't possible. And it wasn't probable, and it wasn't possible. And then this is when, not long the Fruitland Police Department came out and put these 4 faces for the world to see. I think Brandon and Adrian have been out way too long. It's time for them it's time for law enforcement, the prosecutor, to get justice for Michael Vaughan, the Vaughan family. Brandy, Tyler, the Vaughan family, we are by your side. In prayer, in action, in lockstep with you guys all of the way. Won't stop until little Michael Joseph Vaughan is home, back with his family, knowing where he is once again. You can't take one of the most precious citizens from us and expect us to stop. J.D. Huff said that. The picture that you're seeing here is what Michael Joseph Vaughan, affectionately known as Monkey Vaughan, may look like today if he is still out there. This was released just a little bit ago. National Missing and Exploited Children. There is a couple channels out there that speak on Michael a lot. And one is Purple Phoenix. She has a thing called Monkey Monday. And she has dedicated a morning show to Monkey Monday every Monday morning. Friends with Brandy. Of course, Chris McDonough from the interview room. Josh the Lab. And Levid. He speaks on Michael a lot as well. So make sure you check those channels out there. Very, very sad. Michael is one of those where he was just being a kid. Such a hot day on that July day. Of course, Brooks from Crime Lines and Lies. Yes, of course, Brooks. Thank you for saying that. I apologize for not saying Brooks. I don't. It's a hot day, July 27th, 2021. It was over 100 degrees. And you know those long, hot summer days when you were a kid? It was different when we were kids, right? But we all played with our neighbors throughout the summer. Michael hadn't started school yet. He's going from house to house, just wanting to play. He snuck out of the house. And then you see these 3 varmints, 3 out of the 4, abducted Michael Vaughan. These things is what keeps me up at night. Always put yourself in another person's position. And I put myself how scary it had to have been for Michael. How scary it had to have been for Brandy and Tyler. Now, deeply sick these 4 assholes are. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate you. I will be live again in about, I think my next show's at 6. Michael Joseph Vaughan, affectionately known as Monkey, went missing on July 27th, 2021. Michael was born June 24th, 2016. His last known location is Fruitland, Idaho. He was 3'7" when he went missing, approximately 50 pounds. The Fruitland Police Department is the leading investigating this case. FBI and other agencies have assisted. There is still a reward for Michael if he is found alive and safe. Michael was last seen near his home at around 6:30. He was wearing a blue Minecraft t-shirt, dark blue boxer briefs, and he was wearing flip-flop sandals. The family quickly reported him missing when they realized he was missing. If anyone has any information, they can call the Fruitland Police Department, 208-642-6006, or they can call National Center of Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. Sarah Wandra, Brandon Shirtliff, Adrian Lucien, Tick Tock. Justice for Michael Vaughan.